Hi guys, ILene Vick here. Several of you have asked me how I have done my, bound my finished coloring projects, adult coloring projects. And so and asked me to do a short video. So I'm going to do a walkthrough on how I do that. Just to let you know, I have to hold my iPhone in one hand, so forgive me if I'm waving around a little bit. Here's my coloring that you did. You saw the posting of the Johanna Basford picture. So this is what I did, is I went ahead and I comb bound the book. And a lot of us have had to take our pages out because some of these, of course, are double page drawings, like this one. So here we've got that, and you've just got to take it out so you can get to the edges. But here's the thing that I want to show you in particular. When I comb bind it, when I'm done with this, I can push the pages together just like this so I can see the whole thing. So it's really not that big of a deal. Yeah, you've got this little gutter in here, but that's okay. It's no big deal. It doesn't make a difference. And I'm going to show you in another book why it doesn't. But see, this is all comb bound. I carefully removed all the pages. Here's the garden picture that we did. And again, it's just a matter of, when you want to sit down and take a look at it, is you just push it together and it looks really great. Now normally I push it together with two hands and have it in the middle of the binder, but see, you can get a really great view of it and there's really not much interference on the drawing. So this comb bound, this particular one, here's my secret garden. And I wanted to show you this other book that I have comb bound in it because I've done a few more pages and I want to show you what the result is of how this works really well. Here's my butterfly pages, and again, boom, you push it together, it looks great. Now that coloring at the top, I'm going to talk about that in a minute. Let me show you another picture that I've done. This one is pretty full. And again, forgive me the flipping, but I've only got one hand to do this. Oh, let's see here. Oh, there's my hummingbirds. Take a look at that. There's the jungle there. And that would be Vicky who's barking. Oh, there's that one. I'm entertaining with pictures while I'm trying to find what I want to show you. Oh, here we go. Okay, so here's this large jungle picture that's in the book. Loved it, did it. And actually I did it with a white background and a black background, and now I'm going to finish it off with a black background. But if I want to go ahead and see the whole thing, all I have to do is boom, push the pictures together, and look, it looks great. So see, that's why I don't mind comb binding, because it secures it everything, and it does really well. See how nice that looks? So there's that. And one of the things I want to show you that I do is I take cardstock, which is this white paper, and I comb bind it, and I also put it in between drawings. And the reason that I do that is I want to protect, see, you can see some of the coloring from there, is I want to protect any smudging from one drawing to the next. Now, as you can see, these pages are a little bit short because this is an 8.5 by 11 and you still have this much of a gap. So the way that I fix that, and excuse me while I flip my book, here's the snake drawing that I did. Here is my white sheet, is I took an 8.5 by 11 sheet and I cut an extra little piece like this. See if you can, yeah, there, you can see that. And I taped it onto the end to make the full page. Now, be careful that you make the width of this piece a little wider than the blank, because you have to leave an edge to tape. If you don't do that, you're going to be butting it up to the side and trying to tape, and it's going to be a problem. So it turned out that this had to be, let's see, 2 inches wide. So if you cut an extra piece of paper 2 inches wide, then you can go ahead and make your complete sheet, and it will completely protect, because see how that covers all the way now? It will completely protect your drawing. And again, here's where you can see it's a little bit short. This is like 1.5 inches, so there's another 1/2 inch that you can use to tape. If you don't, you'll have this much gap. The other neat thing is when you comb bind in this little piece of in-between page, you can use the top to test your colors. See, when I was doing my butterflies, I just used it to test my colors. I probably won't even bother to cut that off. I'll just leave it sit. It's no big deal. So the binder that I used is a pretty wide one. Let's see, I'm going to put my camera right there and grab my ruler. This little guy is about 2 inches. So you're going to ask for a 2-inch binder. Now the reason that I wanted the bigger one, because see, I've got this much room left, so I can probably bind another book here. And my other books that I have are Enchanted Forest. I've also got Lost Ocean. Now, here's a book I've got, Japan. Some of you might have this, Viva la Color Japan. This is just really small sheets. So the way I handled that is when I finished the drawing, I taped it to an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. See, and I will comb bind this and then go ahead and put it in the book somewhere. Now, what's probably going to happen, here's another one that I did on cardstock. I just printed out that, so I'll comb bind that, of course. And this should look familiar to the group. There's that one that I'm working on. I printed that out on cardstock. Oh, hi. Hi guys, hope you can see me. The lighting's kind of lousy. But anyway, so there's my pencils. Got a little pencils. I've got Derwent. I've got my Faber-Castell. These are my gel pens that I got from Pilot. Let's see what else. Got my pigment liners. You know, just there's my fine liners. So those are fun. Okay, anyway, so here's another coloring book that I have. So the question is, am I going to do the same with these? Am I going to pull it out of the book? Probably not. This is bound pretty well. And in this particular coloring book, I'm looking for one that I've done so you can see. This particular book, there are not any overlapping 2-page designs. So I'm just going to leave that one, I think, in the book and just store that. There's a Japanese one that I did, loved it. My umbrellas are here somewhere. Those turned out pretty, oh, there we go. There's my umbrellas. But point being, it's already in a great book, so I think I'm just going to leave that. It's bound well. It's the Posh series. Okay, so there's that book. This one is a sheepy book, color art. That one I probably will not take out. This is my experiment page, so I went ahead and was experimenting with some coloring on that. This is a pretty nice one, pretty nice drawings. Here is my mermaid book. You're familiar with that, of course, because I've been posting out of that. Now the thing is, this page is still intact. I may go ahead and just leave the book, the pages in there. These are pretty flimsy. What I'm thinking of doing, though, is maybe going ahead and sticking them to the cardstock and then comb binding. So I will lose a little bit of the edge when I do that, but not much. So that's okay. Again, it's your decision as to whether you want to take them out of your pre-bound book. None of these designs are more than 1 page because they're all blank here. So those I do tend to leave alone. There's my mermaid book. I'm sorry, that was my fairy book. Here's my Doodler's Anonymous book. Let me see. Now, this one I would have left in, but it popped out. So, and I'm sure you'll recognize that one. So this one I'm going to need to comb bind, but again, well, I can't because I've got to color this back to back. So I will comb bind it. I was initially going to say I was going to put it on cardstock, but I won't. So that I will comb bind and go ahead and put into my larger book, my larger comb bind book. Let's see, here's my adult coloring animals book. Started out on that one. These are one-sided, good binding, so I'm not going to worry about that. These are my grayscale book. I've been messing around with that a little bit. This is the before, this is the after, where you do with your color pencil. And my last little one that I have at the moment before my other 5 books come in is my creative therapy book. That's a huge hardbound book. This one I will not pull the pages out because it's already bound really well. There's my 2-pager. So I'm not going to worry about that one. I'm just going to leave that bound. I don't want to disrupt that. It's a nice book. Let's see. Thought I'd done another one. I did some dolphins. Just in case you don't know, the background already comes colored in some of these, and then you can go ahead and do that. So I hope that answers your questions and kind of helps you about what you want to do. The comb binding works really well. Let me get this stuff out of the way. What I'll probably do, as I said earlier, is I will comb bind. See, here's my Lost Ocean. It looks like that this will take, yeah, 1 more book. So I will have 3 books bound in this comb bind. And that way, if there's any double pages, I know, yeah, the Lost Ocean, I can go ahead and separate them. We'll see. I haven't really decided what I want to do with the Lost Ocean one, but the Millie Marotta book, The Tropical World, I definitely had to do that because of those pictures, especially that one that I showed you that went on both sides. So I hope that helps you. I hope it gives you a little direction on what you want to do. Send a text to me, or not a text, send me a message over Facebook if you have any questions. And I sure appreciate your patience, and I hope this helps you. Thanks a lot, guys. Take care. God bless you.